Hey everyone, it's Kenji. I'm making a Thai steak salad. So the other day, my kids and I had fajitas for dinner. And so I had this chunk of cooked skirt steak left over, which is a great cut for making this Thai steak salad with toasted rice powder. So I'm going to start by toasting the rice powder. This is one of my favorite dishes of all time. It is a, typically it would be made with just, you would marinate your steak in something like soy sauce and oyster sauce and sugar. But today I'm making it just with this leftover. This was done with some cumin and chilies. The flavor of that is not quite right for the salad, but there's so many other strong flavors in here that it works just fine anyway. You can do this with any really leftover steak. So I've got some jasmine rice. Ideally I would be using glutinous rice, it's Thai sticky rice. But in this case, I'm just using jasmine because I don't have any glutinous rice at home. I'm gonna get it in a single layer, and then sort of over medium heat, I'm gonna toast it until it's nice and brown, and that's gonna be one of the main flavoring elements in here. So skirt steak, it has a very distinct grain, and you can kind of see it if you pull it apart like this. If you pull it, you can see that the grain runs this way. So we're gonna slice against that grain, not super thin, but pretty thin. So I'm going like maybe 1/8 inch slices or so, sixth of an inch slices. And so you can see that when you slice against the grain, actually let me do 2 pieces to show you. If I slice with the grain like this, you end up with a sort of very stretchy, tough piece of meat because those fibers are really long. And it tastes chewy, whereas when you slice against the grain, you end up with a piece that is where the fibers are cut much shorter, and so it's much more tender. So you always want to slice against the grain when you're making, when you're cutting a steak up. With rare exception, there are some dishes where you don't. This dish, it's nam tok, so it's a steak salad that's flavored with fish sauce, lime juice, chilies, herbs, and then this toasted rice powder, which I'm not going to try and pronounce in Thai because my Thai pronunciation is horrible, but it's toasted rice powder. Those are the basic ingredients. I'm going to add a few other things just because this is going to be like a complete meal. I'm not gonna, typically you would serve this with a side of sticky rice. I don't have any sticky rice, but I'm just going to sort of load up the salad a little bit with some other ingredients. So we'll go with a bit of cucumber here. I apologize, my voice is, I'm getting over a cold. First my daughter came home with it, and then I had it, and just got over it, and now my son has it, so it's going around. It's that, beginning of the school year cold that always happens every year. All right, we'll go in with some cucumber. I'm gonna do a little bit of romaine lettuce just because I happen to have this head here. Say that much. And then our other ingredients. So we got a shallot. And that one doesn't feel great. Let's see. Maybe these shallots are past their prime. Let's see. Yeah, the insides are a little bit dry. That's okay though. We'll pull out that dried bit from the middle. Give it a nice little toss here. Starting to get a little pale brown, and you can I can already smell that really sort of nice, nutty, toasty aroma. These European shallots, the kinds you get in a supermarket in the U.S. are they're different from Thai shallots. Thai shallots are smaller and sort of like a deeper red. And have a slightly sort of, I would say, sweeter flavor to them, but these shallots will work in their place. We're just gonna slice it up nice and thin. Lemongrass is also very common in this dish, but I don't have any lemongrass, so I'm not gonna use it. All right, let's get that in. And now we're gonna go with some herbs. So I've got some basil here. This is just, Italian sweet basil, although if you have like Thai purple basil, you could do it with that. We're gonna go with some cilantro leaves, when I'm doing my cilantro, like I don't mind if the thinner stems get in there, so I'm just gonna kind of roughly pull at it, and whatever comes out in my hand, that's what's going in here. This is a really, really simple dish. Like, as far as like flavor return for time investment, this is, I think, one of the greatest dishes in any cook's arsenal. And then some mint. You could do so in Thailand you might see this dish with sawtooth coriander, culantro, but that's also another thing that I don't have here, so I'm not going to do it. Do it a little hotter. All right, I think that's good. We'll save these herbs for another use. And now we're just gonna dress this. Very, very simple. I'm gonna do, let's start with 1 lime's worth of juice and see how that tastes in a little bit. Some lime juice. I'd say about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. We'll go with a big pinch of these roasted chili flakes. These are actually Sichuan roasted chili flakes, but you could do Thai chilies if you have them. You could also do just, you know, crushed red pepper, Italian style crushed red pepper if you don't have that. And then fish sauce. A couple teaspoons of that in here. All right, I'm gonna wait for these rice grains to toast, and then I'll come back. It'll take a couple of minutes, so I'll see you in a few minutes, actually probably closer to 10 minutes. So this rice is getting very close. I was digging around in my fridge, and my buddy Ian came over to my house the other day and dropped off these Jimmy Nardello peppers from his garden. And although obviously not a typical ingredient in this salad, I thought they would be nice in there, so I'm gonna stick some of those in there also. So I'll just give them a sort of little bias cut. Not spicy at all, but they have this really nice sort of fruity, sweet flavor. Let me split this and get some of those seeds and ribs out. Oh, someone asked me last time, or I can't remember, some comment somewhere, they asked me why I put stuff, you know, I'm working like this and sometimes I'll just dump stuff in my sink because it's easy. And then afterwards I'll go and clean out the sink and put it into the compost bin. All right, nice bias cut on here. This rice, by the way, it's very close to done. I've been giving it sort of the occasional toss like this. We want to make sure it toasts nice and evenly. You can tell sort of when it's done. Well, first of all, by the color. You know, you can let it get really nice and toasty. You know, it really depends on you know, if you like your toast light, you might like your toasted rice light. If you like your toast nice and dark, you might like it dark. You want to at least get it to the point where if you take a single grain, you know, if you've ever put raw rice in your mouth, it has a sort of, I don't know, like a plasticky kind of tough texture that's really hard to chew. As the rice toasts, some of those bonds inside it will start to weaken, and so instead of tasting plasticky, it gets this really pleasant sort of crunchiness to it. You know, almost like a granola-like crunchiness. And anytime after that point, you can take the rice off, and it'll be ready to grind. If you take it off before then, you know, just taste the grain, and if you take it off and it still tastes kind of plasticky, let it keep going. But this rice is looking pretty good to me. Could let it go a little bit deeper, but I'm happy with where it is. So once it's at that point, it becomes relatively easy to grind into a powder. You could do this in a coffee grinder. I like to do it in a mortar and pestle because I find that, you know, a coffee grinder or a spice grinder, but I find that even though I have a spice grinder, mortar and pestle is typically the easiest and fastest way. Once you take into account sort of cleaning and all that, a mortar and pestle is the easiest way to grind spices and things like this. You know, unless you're doing like a real giant amount. But we want to get this into a pretty fine powder, so I'm just going to go around in a circular motion like this until I don't really see any of the big rice grains remaining. This is a granite mortar and pestle. It's not necessarily a Thai mortar and pestle. Maybe it is actually. Maybe it came from Thailand. But yeah, any mortar and pestle will work. This or like a molcajete. You don't want one with a wooden, you know, like the kind that you would use to make Pesto traditionally has a wooden pestle and a marble mortar. You don't really want to do that. You want a sort of rougher, harder mortar and pestle for this job. All right, that's looking good. This dish, this stuff actually reminds me a lot. If you're familiar with Brazilian cuisine, there's a thing called farofa, which is like toasted manioc, toasted cassava flour, and that is very commonly used as a condiment for grilled meats. So you can kind of sprinkle it on, you know, yeah, that combination of sort of toasted grains plus meat, I think works really nicely. So we're just going to toss this all together, and then we'll give it a taste. I want it to have a sort of balanced flavor between the saltiness and pungency of the fish sauce, a little sweetness from the sugar, the heat of the chilies, and the acidity of the lime juice. I think it could be a little spicier and a little fish saucier. That's tasting pretty good. That's all, you know, obviously all to taste. Don't let anyone tell you how to season your salad. I could even do a little more rice powder. All right, that's there. I love how that rice flour just adds like, not just flavor, not just kind of that nutty flavor, but a really nice textural element. It makes every bite have these little sort of crunchy pockets. Delicious. And the herbs come through. Let's garnish it with a little extra cilantro on there. Make it look a little pretty. A little extra of all the herbs, let's say. A little extra chili on top. And a little extra rice powder on top. Alrighty. Ready to dig in. How does that look to you? I think that looks mighty tasty. Quick, easy, and delicious. So you see there's that nice sort of medium rare leftover beef. Certainly not lacking for flavor. You know, I honestly think that leftover steak is almost better than a freshly cooked steak, because there's so many things you can do with it, and it gets this really nice texture when it's chilled a little bit, you know, and it lets you slice it really nice and thin. So even a sort of tougher steak like a skirt steak can come out really, really tender when you slice it thin like this. Anyway, all right. Thai steak salad with toasted rice powder. I added a bunch of extra ingredients because I wanted to bulk it up a little bit. But there you go, real simple. You can find the recipe on my Patreon. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, I will see you later. Bye-bye.